I had just graduated from college from Florida, and I'm like, let me take a drive to California. I took that drive. I met my partner, who I thought was Prince Charming, and life was great. I was working for a makeup company. I thought it was amazing. Then I found out I was pregnant. It was my last week at the job because it was just a temporary job. And I found out I was pregnant. He's like, I don't want a kid. You gotta figure out what you want to do with this baby of yours, but I don't want it. That hit like a brick. I was single, homeless, and pregnant. That was my story.
I first met Alencia in the fall of 2017. I was at a community outreach fair representing Claris, and it was an outreach event that was designed for pregnant women, and Alencia came up to the table, and to be honest, I was kind of surprised because she didn't look pregnant at all to me, and I thought maybe she was in the wrong place, but she came up and said that she was 5 weeks pregnant and she was living in a homeless shelter, and I was so surprised that she was there and seeking out resources, and I knew right at that moment that Claris had to get involved. We had to help her.
She asked me, how far along are you? I was so tiny, so petite, so frail. I was only 5 weeks pregnant. And Stacy gave me some information about Claris. And I'm like, there's hope.
That day I connected Alencia with resources after she left the fair. I put her in touch with our patient advocates at our South LA clinic. She went there and met with them. She started taking parenting classes. She got involved in our birthing boot camp, started gaining access to resources. She was in a temporary housing program at the time. We helped connect her with more long-term resources as well. And I think what stood out and impressed me the most was just her drive. Like, she was determined to create a better future for herself and for her child. And there were so many odds stacked against her, but she had the most positive attitude, and she really just needed that extra support, the resources, and just someone to walk through that journey with her, and that's what Claris was able to offer.
Coming to Claris was the help that I needed. Every time I went to like a parent coaching meeting with Nikki, she's like, hey, you wanna go shop at a resource center? And I'm like, I'm driving there so I can go shopping, because it feels good. It felt very rewarding because, one, I was getting the education that I needed to be able to care for my child as my pregnancy progresses, but the more I went for help, the more resources I got. So I'm like, I didn't have to worry where was diaper going to come from. Like, would I have everything I need when it comes to like the baby, once the baby arrived? I was not pregnant and alone anymore. I had a whole support system. My son was born February 11th, 2018, and his name is Elijah. He's currently 5 years old. He's about to graduate VPK this weekend. I own a 3-bedroom, 3-bath apartment with my husband, Max. We met in 2019, like towards the end of 2019. We got married right away. We have a son, which is Leon. He's 3 years old. We currently have a 2 weeks old baby girl. I currently work for a health tech company. I don't have to worry about where my next meal is going to come from. My kids are healthy, happy, and I have loving people around me who cares about me so much. Life is happening for me, not to me anymore.
I think what impacts me the most about Alencia's story is, even though she's an amazing, unique woman, her story is not unique. Unfortunately, there are so many women in our city who are in similar situations, who may be pregnant and experiencing homelessness or lacking support or just in need of resources. And I think what stands out to me is now, especially being able to see the transformation 5 years later in Alencia's life, is to know that this is possible for other women too. My self-esteem started being built way before my son got here. And hey, look at me now. Not homeless, definitely loved by so many people. What I would say to someone who's pregnant right now or is in a situation where you don't know what life holds for you and your baby is definitely talk to someone at Claris. Like, definitely tap into the resources that are available to you. It's okay. Now you can be utilizing the resources, and then tomorrow you can be a resource to someone else. Like, I could not have connected those dots, saying, hey, I'm gonna go there, meet Stacy,
do this, do that, and then gave birth to my firstborn, and then think like 4 years later, my kid will be a healthy little boy. I mean, this kid is like super smart. And I look at him every day like, wow, would I have made a big mistake not going through with my pregnancy? So to everyone who support Claris, thank you. Like, I can't say thank you enough. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you.